In this video, I'm going to show you how to stitch tent stitch. There are actually 3 different variations of tent stitch, but for the threadbare kits, I recommend using 2 of the types. There's Continental and basket weave. You can see here that each stitch is going diagonally in the same direction. So this video, I'm going to show you Continental, how to get started and how to do it. You can see on this piece that I've stitched already, Continental is worked in horizontal rows backwards and forwards and is really good for small areas of colour or little fiddly bits. I would recommend that you stitch the majority of your canvas in basket weave, which is the next video, but this is a really good stitch. I'll show you here how to get started with it. So I've got my thread, which I've pre-cut, not too long. If you go too long, it makes it much harder to stitch with, it gets all knotted. Okay, so you come up on behind the canvas and leaving a tail of about 2 centimetres. And then you're going to work back along that row, covering the tail as you go. You can see when you turn it over, you've covered the first little bit of your tail. You only need to do 3 or 4 stitches to secure it. Once you've done that, you can trim off that little bit of excess and then continue to work along your row. So with the Continental stitch, because you're working almost a sort of back stitch, you'll see that the back is as covered as the front, which gives you a really nice thick piece of canvas. So if you want to do a more durable project, so something like upholstery or making a cushion, it's really good that the back is as covered as the front. So you come up, you go back 1 and up 1, pop the needle back in there. So you work all the way along to the end of your row, and then once you're at the end of your row, you can either work back along from left to right, like this, or if you find it easier, you can turn the canvas 180 degrees and work back that way. Once you've come to the end of your row, so if you're maybe changing colour or you've run out of thread, turn the canvas over and just push your needle under the first 2 or 3 stitches like that. Oh. Pull it reasonably tight, and then that will just secure the end of your thread. So I'll trim that off now. And you're ready to start your new piece of thread. So when you start your next piece now, you don't need to work back over the tail. You just push your needle under a few stitches like that, and then continue working. And that's Continental.